Former Australian batsman Brad Hodge has declared that a composed Glenn Maxwell has the ability to resuscitate an Australian innings gone wrong should he be selected for next week's Ashes opener in Brisbane. Maxwell's hopes of facing England as a no-6 batsman appear all but over after he failed to deliver the big first innings score he needed in the latest round of the Sheffield Shield while still adjusting to a new role at no-3. The national selectors, led by Chairman Trevor Holmes, are set to pick the Australian squad on Wednesday, and have several decisions to confirm. Western Australian Cameron Bancroft, fresh from twin half-centuries against a Test-quality New South Wales attack last week and a double century against South Australia on Tuesday, has surged into contention for the vacant no-6 slot. Fellow Warriors Shaun Marsh and Hilton Cartwright are also firmly in the frame. Maxwell has played all 7 of his tests abroad where he has 339 runs at 26.07, although he delivered a breakthrough century against India in Rookie this year. Hodge, who knows all about the pressure associated with battling for a test berth, said fellow Victorian Maxwell deserved first shot against the tourists. Being a Melburnian, I would like to see Glenn Maxwell in there. He has earned the opportunity from being in that side before. There are a few candidates, no one has jumped out of their skin to try and take that position. Runs have been fairly scarce for a few people, he said. Hodge, restricted to only 6 tests in a golden era of Australian cricket despite averaging 55.88, including an unbeaten double century against South Africa, insists Maxwell has the technique to handle an attack led by James Anderson and Stuart Broad, England's 2 greatest test wicket takers of all time. I think at no-6 hitters. We have seen him bat out of position in this game, batting at no-3 for Victoria. It's a very different thing to walk through a cricket ground and be ready to play in the first 15 minutes of the game than sitting there and watching the game unfold, Hodge said. I definitely think he has the technique for coming in at 4-100 when Australia is under pressure. That's the one thing people need to clarify. It's not coming in at 4-270 when you are already in front. It's coming in when you are under pressure. That is one of the things the selectors will probably look at. Maxwell recently detailed how he had tinkered with his technique, having felt he had become too low in his stance and had lost power, having spent significant time on the subcontinent. He also insists he no longer is an X-factor, preferring to be rated for playing long innings. It's understood the national selectors are more than mindful of the need for having a no-6 capable of restoring order, having not forgotten how Brad had it, at no-7, was able to revive fortunes against England 4 years ago after top-order failures. Test great Shane Warne has also called for Maxwell to retain his spot, but former Australian captain Ricky Ponting believes the selectors will go with Cartwright, citing the fact he played in Australia's last test on home soil, against Pakistan at the SCG. Hodge batted only once at no-6 in his 11 test innings, spending the majority of his time at no-4.